After dark.
I don't know what the heck was going on there, but
whatever.
I was waiting for you to trip.
I know. Oh,
She's all right. She's all right.
T Money is here with us, and apparently she's abusing Luna.
Sit, ding dong.
T Money. What is happening, guys? I hope we are right now. We are in Phoenix. Is Latina Hustler saying seriously? Seriously? Yes, seriously. Yes, seriously. Anyway, we are in. Well, we're technically not in Phoenix. We're in what? Gilbert.
Queen Creek.
Sorry, we're in Queen Creek, Arizona. We actually have T Money behind us in her T Money jacket.
Ooh, check it out.
Theresa Cox. And we also have a live studio audience you can't see off screen. So if you hear any giggling, that's going to be our live studio audience of one, Holly. So we're very excited about that. And of course, we have
Riz and
puppies.
Luna.
Yeah, they came on the trip with us. Anyway, yeah, we just started. I'm a little out of breath because I
Ran around the room.
Because you ran?
Because I ran a lot. And we just got home from eating, so I'm full of burger and fries.
Mm-hmm.
And I just ran a whole bunch. And special sauce. And I...
Listen, it is cold in Phoenix, Lori. It is cold. Right now, it's about 50 degrees.
It's not a winter jacket. It's like a windbreaker.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's windbreaker. But
Flippin' Blonde is in Gilbert. Are you meeting us for dinner tomorrow night?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, meet us for dinner.
We're going to be going out. I don't even know where because I didn't post that. You posted it.
I don't remember where either. It's at Grillmaster something Tavern in Gilbert.
Yep.
Downtown Gilbert. There's a post in the Boss group.
Okay.
And I did it at dinner. Are you in the EVs group?
Yeah, if you're in the EVs group, which is the local meetup group here.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm assuming she, Flippin' Blonde.
You never know.
Could be a he. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a son.
You never know.
So the details are in the EVs group. I posted something in Boss group, but I am going to go in now and put the link to the restaurant.
Ooh, and
Lee
is
going to be there. Awesome. We love Lee. Anyway, yeah, so we're here in Arizona. We just got here a couple hours ago. And we did a little bit of thrifting on the way here. Didn't find anything too exciting, but we got a few things.
Yeah, Vicky got some good stuff.
I did.
I got some cool T-shirts. I'll show you later. But we will be having our regular Sunday live haul show here at the regular time because we're going to be thrifting all day tomorrow.
All day.
And we'll probably do some more on. Yeah, she's really excited. She hates thrifting.
I'm gonna have fun tomorrow.
This is not, well, this is T Money's home, but this is her Airbnb. This is not the house that she lives in full time.
Yeah.
This is her Airbnb, and she's spending. Will you mute
that? Come on, T Money.
Rookie mistake.
More like T nickels and dimes.
Yeah. So she's here staying with us while we're here this weekend.
You guys, she's living
like a
the dream.
slumber party.
She bought a house to put her eBay business in, and then half of it, or actually the majority of it, she rents out with Airbnb. So it pays for itself and then some. Pretty smart cookie, this one back here. That's why they call her T Money.
This ain't no hat rack, people.
Yeah, the furniture is back in place. Teresa's actually, we asked Theresa if she was going to be staying here or at her house that she actually lives at. And she said she was going to be staying here because she had to make sure that there was not a repeat of what happened with that.
She wanted to make sure we didn't have Fight Club party.
Yeah, we didn't have a Fight Club party.
No Friday night pop-up Fight Club.
Alice said, did Katie already have an adult beverage? Yes, I did.
Yes, she did.
We actually went to Red Robin because we were short on time. And so we figured if we went to like a chain restaurant, we could hopefully get our food really quickly. Mm-hmm. And it turned out we were able to get through our meal pretty quickly. But I did get a Screamin' Red Zombie, which is what they call there. It's like this big, giant, fruity, rummy drink. Mm-hmm. And I was forced to drink it very quickly. So
I had a mojito.
She had a mojito.
I had ice water, no lemon.
She was like living on the edge with her ice water. No lemon. It's like
extra ice.
Anyway, Cheryl Hinton wants to know how many shelves you got together.
I typed the answer. 3 down, 3
Only
to go.
3.
All right.
Lori still thinks it was an orgy. I still think it was a porn set.
Who knows?
Fight Club.
We're never gonna know, guys. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. Anyway, we're super excited because what?
I did buy cameras.
Oh, so we'll know in the future.
We'll know.
I'm super excited because we're here for a whole thrifting weekend. So we get to hang out with friends, and we got to bring the dogs because we get to stay at the Airbnb here, and Theresa's allowed it to be dog friendly.
Mm-hmm. Which means Dana is not stuck at my house dog sitting.
Yeah, and we get to have our cute little puppies hanging out with us. And so it's gonna be an awesome weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, Peg decided to join us.
Hey, Peg, what's up?
Said sleep can wait.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Allison, Big Drift Thrift. So because we've been traveling today and I'm the one that was driving, I couldn't see anything that was going on. But I guess there was like a huge earthquake up in Alaska, like a 7 point something.
Yeah, I checked on her.
And so clearly she at least still has a computer that works and the internet connection because she is talking to us. But yeah, crazy. Like, I don't know everything that's happened with it, obviously, because we've been super busy, but sounds like everybody's
They
okay.
said the tsunami warning was lifted and there's no, so far there were no casualties last time I checked. So
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, Latina Hustler, as soon as we get off of this show, we're actually going to move all the furniture and then we are going to fight it out. Okay.
I am going to kick her butt.
Yeah, right.
Although, unless she tag teams with T-Money, then we may.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to be dropping some elbows, guys. Okay.
I think Theresa could take me. I don't know. She's kind of tough. It's always the quiet ones.
Regs wants to know how long it took us to get here. It takes about 5 hours to get
horrible drive.
To drive straight here. It's about 5 hours. It's nice because we were able to do it in one tank of gas. We didn't have to like gas up on the way. But we did stop in, what was that town? Kingman.
We
stopped in Kingman and we went to a few thrift stores there. I got some t-shirts at the Goodwill and then I got some jackets at the St. Vincent de Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Which the St. Vincent de Paul here, at least the one we went to, way better than ones in Oregon. I got like a bunch of jackets and they only charged
it was
like
great.
$2.
I got one jacket.
Well, I say way better. I'm talking prices because the Vinnies in Oregon, it's like anything that has any kind of like name brand or anything like that. It's like they price it at like $20 and it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
We went up and they were like, oh, $2 for everything. So it was pretty.
We actually gave them a donation on top of it because we felt bad. Their prices were so cheap, and it was for charity. And they sell them so cheap so they can get the jackets for the homeless people, and they were really nice. So
they were super nice. Jello. Dana wants to know Jello wrestling or mud.
Mud.
Well, here's the thing. We've been here for a while. The dogs have already used the backyard a couple of times. She's getting her face in some dog poo. Oh, it's black. I'm telling you, this is the after dark edition.
This week.
I think, can we turn this light off up here? We need some more mood lighting.
Oh, crap.
This is after dark. It's too bright.
Like every light in the house is on. You think that
it's too bright, man. Hey guys, so it is. Clark West Trading says a friend and coworker of mine is T-Money's doppelganger.
Hey.
And her husband says it's going to be an episode of Glow Wrestling up in there. We love Glow Wrestling. We love Glow.
So funny. The new show. Actually, I liked Glow Wrestling back in the day. Anyway, but
yeah, we can still see it back there.
So we had a question back
Somebody said your t-shirt was awesome.
Barb, look at that. Thank you.
So this is the weekly AMA Ask Me Anything, Ask Us Anything. It's just a casual Q&A. So apparently we do have a question to answer.
We do. We have actually 2 questions that were emailed to us by a viewer because she can't figure out how to get into chat. So she sent them to me. This is Joyce. There was a question in the chat first I'm going to address. Somebody asked, because Casey kept saying we spent a lot of money on burritos last night in his show, but it's actually tacos. We like both, but he said that we spend a fair amount of our eBay earnings on burritos.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
If somebody asked whether it was burritos or tacos, I think it's probably tacos.
Hey guys, should we turn the other lights back on again? Because somebody said something about it does make our faces look like super.
Ooh. Well, that's because that light's over there.
Super white.
I don't know. Do you want to do the overhead and turn that one
What
off?
if we just sit like this? I think it's okay.
You can't see my wrinkles that way, so we're good.
Yeah, it's like ultra. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. That's good. That's good.
Wait.
Oh well.
Okay, question.
Oh yeah. So the first question. This comes from Joyce Silko.
It's okay with all of them together. It's perfect. Go ahead.
Sandy said she yelled at Casey for us.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Joyce's question. I'll do the question for Theresa first. Question for Theresa. If you're on the show and want to answer, well, she doesn't have a choice. She has to answer. and she is on the show. So Joyce says, I have no idea how or what her position and role is with eBay. I've seen her photo up on big screen at eBay functions, and I know she goes to campus, etc. Just curious how her relationship evolved with eBay.
Oh, how it evolved.
Yeah. Who are you, T Money?
So sometimes people will message me and ask me if I work for eBay, and no, I do not work for eBay. I'm just a huge advocate, like a lot of you are. And I got started. You know what? I tell people this: if you want to get involved with eBay, you want eBay to recognize you. You have ideas. Use that feedback button. I met Hal Lawton by chance, and a lot of you don't know who Hal Lawton was. Hal Lawton was the senior VP of eBay North America in 2015, and I went to an eBay event, and he stopped me on the street and asked me about the shirt I was wearing, and we had a conversation. He gave me his card. He emailed me that night, and he said, and he meant it, if you ever need anything, blah, blah, blah. And so that was a great connection to have. And then from there, it's like, if I have an idea, I'm an ideas person. So if I have an idea, I use that feedback or comments or suggestion button on the page. And I just say, hey, this is what I was trying to do. I thought I could do it here, and I couldn't. I did one today because I had to edit. I was editing my listings, taking best offer off of everything that was under $20. And it was better to do it on the live listing page where you can only do 200 at a time. And so I just said, hey, why can't we have a 500 at a time option on this page? And so I do those all the time. And so the team gets the team that's responsible for that page gets those emails. They read them. They love them. They want the feedback, good and bad. And so and then I just started, became, friendly friends. I mean, one of the leaders of one of the teams had a baby. I sent her a baby gift last year, or maybe it was this year. It was in April. I know the baby was born in April. I just don't remember what year. So I mean, it's just, and then, I don't know why I was chosen to be on main stage last year with Bob Cuppins, but before we were on stage together, I was introduced to Bob via Hal on email once. And
now he's your BFF.
And now he's my BFF. And Bob's great. And so, you just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of have made my way with a lot of connections.
Kind of did a little bit in there. And Kathy keeps asking, are you an influencer?
Well,
there's no such thing as the influencer program any longer.
It's defunct now.
eBay has done away with the influencer program. There are other things in the works, but there's nothing called the influencer program anymore.
But I would say with a lowercase I, just in general, here's the thing with eBay. If you are somebody who's super active in the community, eBay's really awesome about like paying attention and noticing when people are helping other sellers, are being good. I don't know. I guess you could call us sort of like an ambassador or something like that.
Ambassador is a good word.
And I think that they, unlike some of I'm not that familiar with other programs as much when it comes to how they interact with sellers who are really out in the limelight, so to say. But eBay totally notices that. And so Theresa could say, like, I don't know how I ended up on the main stage. She ended up on the main stage because she has been super passionate about eBay for years and does everything she possibly can for free to help eBay, but also to help other sellers. Like she said all the time that she loves the newbies. She loves helping new sellers. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, she's an
eBay influencer without it actually being an official title. She
influences people. That's what matters.
Mm-hmm. All right, enough of this.
No. I have something important to say, everybody. Listen to me. She lost her phone, actually last time she was in Vegas, and she had to go to this phone store to deal with all that crap. Next thing I know, I see a picture of her with like two guys who work at, was it Verizon or whatever, who work at a Verizon, and she's like, I just got these guys to sign up to be eBay sellers. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, she doesn't just talk to people about eBay, but next thing you know, she's got them signing up to be a part of it.
That's I guess you could say it sounds like she pushes things like free shipping and promoted listings. We do as well, but I don't necessarily think it's pushing. I think she talks about things about eBay that she really believes in, that work for sellers and that work for her as a business, business owner.
I know I have been labeled an eBay cheerleader, and I'm okay with that because I am, but I'm a problem solver. So rather than sit there and bitch for 3 days on Facebook about how something's not working, I don't waste my time doing that. I have solutions, and I say, well, what if we did it this way? Or what if we did it this way? And why can't we do this? And sometimes the team will come back and say, well, that works for this, but these bigger sellers or these smaller sellers or, whatever, or, I talk about the mobile app. Well, the mobile app is designed for this. And so I get it. And eBay is a huge corporation. It's a huge corporation. And so changes don't happen overnight. It's a big ship to turn around. And so, I talk about, I am passionate about free shipping.
I am too. I'm always talking about that.
Yeah, and so when you do something and you believe in it, then you talk about it a lot. Nobody's paying me to talk about promoted listings. I love promoted listings. eBay did a video about me because I talked about promoted listings a lot when it was early on, and I still can't believe that there's a lot of people that don't know it and don't use it. But when
Cheryl,
she doesn't use promoted listings.
Is my voice more pleasing to you now? I apologize.
She said she had headphones on.
I apologize for hurting your poor little ears. And I'm going to do the entire show now like this.
Katie, what does your shirt say?
My shirt is, it's the Golden Misfits.
Look at that. She goes from 1 minute, I'm going to do the entire show. And then the next
it was a lie! It's the Golden Misfits. It's the Golden Knights, but it's like a mashup with like the Misfits, which is a band that I love. So I'm sorry I interrupted, but I saw.
No, it's okay.
Yes, Righteous Liz, ASMR time. Yes, she's gonna start talking in a much soothing voice. Anyway, so the other question was actually for me. Are we done with your question?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Another question was Joyce. It's very long, so I'm going to truncate what she said, but. She remembers me being on the audience during a YouTube show, and my response was something along the lines of keeping to myself and not socializing with other sellers. She said, I can't remember exactly what it was she said, but interpreted as being you were shy and more in the background. When you showed up with Katie on YouTube, I was amazed how comfortable you were and still are on camera. It's like you're a natural. It's obvious you're enjoying yourself. I'm not sure if it's an interesting topic, but if you wanted to expand on how you emerged from a background girl to a front and center person. Here's the thing. I'm really not a background person. I'm glad that somebody maybe thought that, but I'm I'm pretty much a very loud and outgoing and confident person to begin with.
She just made the mistake of partnering up with me.
With somebody who's even louder and more outgoing than I am. But this is my natural personality. It has taken me a little bit longer to get up to par with her on the show. But I've done a lot of public speaking. I've been in sales my whole life. I've done a lot of television and radio, local and national interviews over the years, a lot of print interviews. So I'm very comfortable speaking and I'm very confident about it. So actually there's really, I'm not shy. There's nothing shy about me.
Allison says alcohol does speak. Okay, because am I somehow like different than when I am just drinking soda?
No. No.
Anyway, all right. Other questions, guys. So Lily wants to know what promoted listings are. Is it advertising certain listings? Theresa, do you want to tell us what are promoted listings?
Sure. Let me push my promoted listing button. Promoted listing is a product offered by eBay for seller. It's just another option for advertising. And one of the things that there's a lot of sellers that gripe and complain because why should we have to pay to have our items seen? And you don't. Your items are seen if you don't pay. But if you want to advertise, pay for advertising like, any other retail people do, then you can pay to have your items promoted. And if you go into your Seller Hub page and on the third tab over is marketing. Click on that under promoted listings. It literally takes you 2 minutes to set up your first campaign. There are two things that I love about it the most. The first is that you can create whatever ad rate you want, and the ad rate is the percentage that you pay eBay if the item sells because it was promoted. And the second thing that I love even more is the fact that you don't just give eBay $100 a month for marketing and hope that it does well. You only pay eBay if your item sells because it was promoted. So I have 4,000 listings, every one of them, all 4,000 or every one of them. Drinking. I know, I just had water with no lemon. All 4,000 of them are promoted at somewhere between 3% and trending rate. And so, it doesn't bother me to spend that money promoting them because somewhere between 25 and 40% of my sales each month are from promoted listings.
Here's the thing. Let's get real, guys. eBay did not wake up and be like, you know what? we're going to give you guys all this beautiful, wonderful gift out of the kindness of our hearts. We're going to give you the gift of promoted listings. Like the reality is, yes, they make money off of it for sure. And I see a lot of people say like, oh, it's just another way for eBay to get our money. That's not necessarily, yes, they make money off of it, but it doesn't have to necessarily be true for you that you are paying more because of it. There are ways that you can use it differently in conjunction with sales and other promotions to make sure that it's not necessarily costing you more money. It could cost you more money if you're doing promoted listings at trending rates or above trending rates, and you are doing huge strike through sales and all these other discounts. Maybe it will cost you more money. But like, for instance, I have done things like I lowered the amount that the percentage amount of my sales. So I'm doing less of a discounted price because I feel like I'm offsetting that by doing something like promoted listings. So basically what I've done is I've kind of moved the money around. So while it might cost me more out of pocket that I'm paying for fees, I'm making more per item in what I'm selling my items for. Also, it's giving me the edge over other sellers. So hopefully it's giving me more visibility and I'm getting more sales that way. There's a lot of different ways that you can look at it, but ultimately it is a tool that eBay created that does bring them in more revenue. I mean, that's a reality. It really just is. But you know what? They're not the only platform doing it. Other platforms are doing it as well. Etsy does it as well. And with Etsy, I end up paying them even more because they do it on a per click basis and not by the items that you sell. It's a tool. It's a way to do business, and you have to kind of figure out like where you're going to make adjustments in other areas and hopefully make it work for you. But yeah, it's not, I mean, they didn't create it just as a present to us.
And yes, so promoted listings, to answer the questions, because Katie just promoted listings are the ones that show as sponsored.
Rude.
Yes, that just means that they show your listing more than once when someone is looking in search results, and a higher percentage paid usually means a higher visibility, and that's really all that it is. If the buyer clicks on the one that says sponsored and they purchase using that link within 30 days, then you pay the promoted listing fee that's associated, and you choose that percentage. If they use the other one, then you don't pay anything.
Yeah. So if I sell everything in my store is promoted, but I don't pay a promoted listing fee on everything I sell. I only pay the one that sells because it was promoted. So Lori, I can't read. Lori has a question. I tried promoted listings and there was a glitch. Oh, that's the wrong. There was a glitch that doubled your shipping. I hadn't heard of that one, but I put it up there because I'm going to go back to the team and ask them about that. But Lily Fame says, is promoted listings good for small sellers as well as big sellers? Yes,
we're considered small sellers.
Right. But I mean, even if you have 100 listings, promoted listings is great because it puts you into the mix with everybody else. And so the other thing that I like about it is that if I'm searching for red shoes, somebody's car parts aren't going to show up in my search results because it was promoted. It has to be relevant to whatever somebody's searching for.
Right.
So it does work for big sellers and small sellers. And somebody said that they tried it and it didn't really work for them. Here's the thing, I don't have any end dates on my campaigns. I tweak my campaigns now that we're in the holiday season. I'm tweaking them about once a week, where it's like sometimes I'll go trending, sometimes I'll drop it down to 5% or whatever. But you can't try it for 2 weeks and then go, oh, it works great, or oh, it doesn't work. Just leave it on there because you only pay, there's no risk. You're only paying if it sells because it was promoted. And I sell a lot of old stuff that's
about
promoted.
30 to 40% of my sales are through promoted listings. And again, that's not to say that the items wouldn't sell anyway. That's unfortunately, you cannot quantify an unknown. Right. So there is no way to know if your item would sell whether you are promoting it or not. You really don't. I'm sure some of them would, but I'll tell you what, my sales definitely increased when promoted listings were introduced.
And the thing is, I'm doing it in a very unsavvy way because I just promote everything. And really, if I wanted to like get into it, I would be promoting maybe older items, older listings, or, because I sell a lot of things where I have very unusual items or harder to find, like vintage streetwear stuff. If there's not a lot of competition for something, you might be wasting your money promoting it because your item might come to the top anyway because it's going to be the only one. So there's definitely like a lot of ways that you can be a lot smarter about it. And Kathy pointed out, she said something about how eBay is definitely doing a lot more advertising. The thing you have to understand, when you talk about like fees going up and the cost of doing business on eBay going up, the reality is there's a lot more competition now. Think about like Mercari, Poshmark, all these other platforms that have come into being in the last handful of years. And there's a lot, there are so many other platforms that are competing for the same buyers. And there's so much more going on. And when you think about that, it's like eBay is doing a lot, but they're doing a lot of ads. If you guys have seen like a lot of the advertisements on TV, I heard was in Canada where they're handing out like $5 gift certificates, like at the bus station or something like that. Also, oh, what was I gonna say? I had something else.
I don't know. You haven't stopped talking yet. I lost my train of thought because you haven't stopped. The difference between Katie's age and I, oh my God, it's 4 years. No, I don't feel like I'm raising her, for fuck's sake. Jesus.
Ooh, after dark, the naughty language comes out.
I'm 43. She's almost 40.
But still in my 30s, guys. I got taken back to
What the hell? Why does everything for so much of an age difference?
Somebody, hold on. I got it. Somebody gave a super chat and I missed it. Where'd it go?
Oh, it was
Thrifty Christie 233 super chat. Love you guys and all the great info. So helpful. What about a little bit of super chat? Super chat. Just super chat.
Vicky's annoyed.
I'm totally annoyed
for the rest of the night.
Woo.
Wait, I just
here's what I was gonna talk about because I'm gonna let Theresa take. I'm gonna introduce this topic, and I'm gonna let Theresa. This was the thing I was gonna talk about, like things that eBay is doing that is potentially costing more money, which is part of what we're doing. What are they focusing on as far as bringing buyers in? You said we talked about this, like bringing, like they are working very hard. Like a lot of this advertising, going out and handing out those $5 coupons. It is about bringing more buyers to the platform. So that's like one of the things. Right. Like they're putting a lot of resources.
You wanted to have this long thing. No.
It's just
eBay definitely is doing a push to get more buyers to the platform. And believe it or not, managed payment is a way to do that. And I know that there's a lot of people that dislike managed payment. And if somebody starts to tell you how horrible managed payments is, ask them if they're in the program. And if they say no, ignore them. Because it's not a horrible thing, but that is one way. Katie and I were just talking about this, that my international sales have definitely gone down since I've been in managed program, but my number of new buyers has ridiculously skyrocketed. Like I have so many new buyers, and how do I know they're new buyers? I consider anybody with a feedback under 10 a new buyer, but generally under 5. So if somebody goes on and buys something, but I have a lot where I'm their first feedback. So so managed payment is a way that they're bringing new buyers to the platform. But a lot of these other things, I mean, the marketing, you've seen the commercials. It's so funny. I went to go get something on my car.
I haven't actually. I've only seen the couple that they showed us at Open because I don't see commercials anymore. We haven't had cable in years.
My mom watches commercials. So I'd gone out to the car to get something out of my car last night. And she comes in and I was very proud of her. She stopped the TV and she's like, Theresa, I just saw an eBay commercial. And she winds it back up. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And so, I mean, like she saw it for the first time and she was pretty excited about it. But yeah, they're doing all, and it's digital media, print media. If you weren't aware, in the People Magazine Sexiest Man Alive version, they had a pull-out toy catalog from Toyopia. Toytopia, thank you.
Toytopia.
Which they just did a big thing in New York on. Yep. Yeah, they just did that last week. So they're doing a lot of advertising and bringing new buyers to the platform.
All right, so Rags, aka Sandy, wants to know between listing fees, promotions, it just went up out of the screen.
Promoted listing fees, final value fees, and sales.
Best offers. How do you keep decent margins?
Sandy, this is where you don't buy the $2 items or try to sell anything for $10. Your money is made in your buy always. So, I know for Katie and I, we work on a net profit margin of about 60 to 65%, depending on what it is. So it depends on what you buy. If I'm buying something for $5 and I'm selling it for $100, I have plenty of room to play with all of those things. Yeah. If I'm buying something for $3 and trying to sell it for 10, there's not as much room. So I don't buy something for $3 it's to sell it for 10. Right. Does that make sense?
This is a not a pet peeve, but this is something that I notice with a lot of sellers. So I have an item that they're just flying off the shelf now. It's a Christmas item. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's a Christmas item that I buy after Christmas on clearance. And it's a Walmart thing. I buy it at Walmart. Walmart sells it during Christmas for $12, $11.98. I buy it for $3.25. So if you were to have something that you bought for $3.25 and Walmart was selling it for $12, type in the chat. Tell me how much you would sell that item for. Just knowing that much. Because I'm gonna tell you how much I sell it for, and it flies off the shelf.
Yeah. There's gonna be a little bit of a delay on that. But honestly, it really is, like we focus on higher return on investment items, higher average sale price. I price my stuff to take into account doing sales, doing best offer, any fees that come out of it. And so that's the stuff that I search for. And so it might be a matter of, you need to be learning more about other brands or things that you could be sourcing. They're going to bring you a better return. So you're not working on such tight margins where stuff is going to hurt you. Also, the other thing is like really focusing on how to bring your other costs down. So when we talk about like shipping costs, doing stuff like cubic priority, doing the simple export rate, international for first class international stuff. There are lots of ways you're probably overspending on other areas of your business. But I mean, all of it can kind of come together to help you to still make a good profit. I don't know.
So nobody's come close yet. Big Thrift is the closest. So that tells you 24 is still too low. I sell it higher than $24.
Mm-hmm. She's not going to tell you what the item is. Because it's something that's super.
Because I wasn't going to buy any after Christmas stuff, but I'm going to buy after Christmas stuff again this year if I only buy this one item.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But seriously, another part of it is like and I know Sandy, we've talked about this before, not undervaluing your own items. So being confident in the stuff that you source and sell and not necessarily following the trends, because some people way undersell stuff. I just sold a sweatshirt I'll be talking about on Sunday for $150 that I only had listed for maybe a month. I maybe had it listed for a month. When I looked at the comps, I saw there were none other listed, but I saw some solds that were like there was one that was like at $27, and I saw one on WorthPoint that was like $40. I sold it for $150 in less than a month because people, they underprice stuff. They're scared to go high. They want to move stuff really fast. And I don't know, like you have to have some faith in your own items.
Yeah. Yeah. And somebody was asking for videos on doing your own international shipping and things like that. We have done one. Actually, Katie did the international shipping video with step-by-step sharing the screen. It's pretty far down on the videos, but if you scroll down and if you're a subscriber to this channel, you can scroll down and read the titles of every video.
And you can search them
It'll
too.
be in there in the title.
Search international and then also search business policies, because I did one video where I just showed how literally how I ship something that's international. And I did another video where I talked about setting up business policies, including setting up my international shipping policies.
Yeah. So yes, we do instructional videos too, for sure.
Yeah. So did somebody get it right?
Yep. Deb Smith. So I do two prices, $34.99 or $39.99. I like to list them at $39.99. I'm now doing some best offers. And so I'll sell them for $34.99, or I list them at $39.99, and then I'll do a 10% or 15% off with promoted listings. And so, yeah, but that's my point is that Walmart's selling them for $12. Why am I selling them for $40? Because I can.
Because people will buy them for that.
Because people will buy them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, I do this all the time. I have a $2 item that I buy at Walmart that I sell for $21. Like you
all the time.
Yeah, it's my bread and butter. I've got my listings 5 years old. Like you can do. The hardest thing, what I have a problem with is sellers that think that because an item it doesn't matter that they bought it for $1. If the retail is 10, they think unless it's unique or unusual or an antique, they can't charge 30. I'm telling you, this will be my 4th year that I've bought these items at Walmart after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not popular enough for every Walmart to sell out.
Yeah.
But they're popular enough that somebody wants to sit at home and go, oh, I need this for my Christmas, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep, absolutely. Deb wants to know what prize did you win. Speaking of, where's our swag box?
Oh.
Because we're going to give out a couple prizes. You know what? We're going to give, Deb gets one. She gets one. So Teresa has been doing a lot of clearing out stuff and going through all of her stuff. and she's been setting aside a big box of eBay swag that she was going to give to us.
So not everybody is going to get a cat T-shirt, is what you're saying. Because
no, I'm on a mission
we
to
send
get
a lot
a
of
cat
cat
t-shirt to
t-shirts.
everybody. Anyway, so we have actual eBay swag that Theresa is giving to us to do with as we please, and we're going to be giving away some prizes over the next coming weeks or whatever. But Deb, definitely you're going to get something. As soon as Theresa gets back out here, we can like bust out a couple of those and see what we want to do with it. But all right, what other questions? Oh, question for Theresa: do people ever yell at you for the higher price? I mean, I don't know about Theresa, but I definitely get messages every once in a while of buyers being like mad that like I have stuff priced too high, or they'll say something like, it's just a used t-shirt and yet they want it. So I don't know what the problem is. It happens, but I just ignore their messages. I don't respond. So whatever. Whatevs. What states do we sell the most to? Probably California, number one.
California and Florida for me.
California, New York, but if you think about it, those are like the population hubs. So California, New York.
Yep, California, New York, Florida. I sell a lot to Florida. I don't know why. A lot to Michigan too.
Decent amount to Florida.
Ask Deb what size she is.
Deb, what size are you? Or just send us a message and we'll. What's that?
No, because I'm gonna pick something out of. I got two.
Oh, Deb.
Oh, okay.
Deb, we need to know what size you are. Please announce it to the world, please. Deb says that she's having her best week ever.
Yay.
Enrique, how long do you wait before putting your inventory on sale? So as far as I am, my items don't go on sale for like the first week that they're listed. That's relatively new. I play around with that a lot. But everything I put my entire store on sale at any given time. So the only time something is not on sale is for the first week that it's listed. Because I do sales that all of my sales last for a week, and I start them and end them at similar times. And I just play around with the percentage off.
Yeah.
Depending on the category.
I price all my stuff to go on sale immediately. And so and I run sales 3 and 4 days at a time. What's she doing over there?
She's like scrambling.
I set my sales to go 3 to 4 days at a time because I like having that, because it does that countdown in the last 24 hours. But Deb, are you ready to see your prize? And you're gonna have to get in touch with us to give us your mailing information. But you get an eBay T-shirt.
Oh, what's it say on the sleeve?
Woo.
I think it
Old
says
school.
community. No, that's a new one.
It says seller experience. Seller experience, but it's the eBay logo with the OG colors. So very nice, very nice. That's one prize.
Oh, wait, here, let me give it to
Oh.
Holly. This goes to Deb.
Yeah, we saw the XL. This is an XL.
Yeah.
So it's going to Deb. Let's see. Lori wants to know, when I answer an email from a buyer with my home email, it does not appear as read in the eBay email. Does that make the database think I'm ignoring my customers? Should I clear it?
Yeah, here's the thing. It's probably not getting through. Because if you just hit reply from your home email, it's not going to the customer. All of your messages should be done through eBay's messaging because that's the only way the customer is going to see your message. Unless you have their private email address and you're emailing them outside of eBay,
Which you shouldn't be doing.
which I don't encourage because you really shouldn't be doing that. But they're not getting your messages, and you can't include your home email address in a message because it's going to flag as you trying to sell outside of eBay. Even if you're trying to do something completely legitimate and honest and above board.
I'm looking at their prizes over here, guys. Look at your prizes.
All right, so we need to have let's see. How long do you run the sale a week at a time? I personally run for a week at a time. I believe Katie does as well.
I just said I do 3 and 4 days.
Oh, that's new.
So I've been doing that way for a long time. I run my sales Monday through Friday, Friday through Monday. I've been doing that for a couple of years. What are you giggling about over there?
Let's light that one on fire. Not
Anyway.
that shirt.
But yeah, I've been doing that for a couple of years now. So, what is this? Oh no, I'm keeping that. I am keeping. You guys want to see?
We have like 7 of those.
I don't have one of these.
Not that particular one, but
Okay, what's my favorite color?
Pink.
green and red.
Green is my number 1 favorite color. Red is my number 2 favorite color. Black's not a color, otherwise that would be my favorite color. This
OG.
is a water bottle with the original eBay logo on it in
It's
black.
not the original. I think it's more like the second logo variation, but close.
Why are you such a naysayer? You're really harshing my mellow.
That's the logo they had when they came out with the video game.
It's
the
an
slot
old
machine.
logo, not
The
the
slot
new
machine.
logo.
I don't appreciate it.
So I just got notified that we're live now on YouTube.
You should, anyway, look at how cool this is. It's a really nice glass water bottle. And it's got green on the bottom. I love this, so I'm going to be keeping this. Sorry, Charlie, you're not getting it. And yes, Danny, you're correct. Black is the best not color ever. Yeah, so black, I mean, I would say that I wear black more than anything else. But when it comes to colors, like green is my favorite. And then red is my second. But
Well, you need to reprioritize those.
what do you think?
colors.
Should we give this away?
Yeah.
Okay, we got that.
We've got two
Another
of those
question?
at our house too. Yeah, Shamrock Pixie moving out west and can't decide if they should move to Arizona or Nevada. Which state is better for resellers cost-wise? Cost-wise, it's going to be Nevada because Nevada you do not need to pay. There is no state sales tax. When you file your taxes every year, there's no state sales tax. So that's one of the reasons why Nevada is a very good. What?
Sales tax is when you buy stuff, not when you pay your taxes.
Income tax, state
Thank
income
you.
tax. Sorry. There's no state income tax in Nevada. So Nevada is actually a very good state for a self-employed business individual. But as far as reselling and things like, it really depends on where you.
Well, I will say, so were they saying Nevada or Arizona? Is that what they're saying? I will say one of the things that I love about being in Vegas is the fact that we have 6 Savers, and I'm obsessed with Savers because it's my favorite place to source. And I will say I'm pretty excited because here in the Phoenix area, there are 7 Savers. So tomorrow I'm going to try and see if I can get her to go to every single one. We'll hopefully get some. We're going to be thrifting all day long because
That's why you're here.
that's why we're here. So I'm going to see how I like it.
It was nice to come and visit Theresa, don't get me wrong, but we were to come thrifting whether she lived here or not.
Okay, can we give this one away too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we got 2 prizes. So we got
like those.
So we got two prizes that we're going to be giving out. First of all, check this out. This is like a really cool. What I love about this notebook is a lot of
Make
the.
sure there's nothing written in it.
Did you make this one like this, or that's
No,
how
it came like
No,
that.
I have one like that.
nothing written in it? So what I love about this is it actually has the spiral binder because they've given. I have a couple of their notebooks that have the I don't know what you call it, the glue binding, which is a pain because you can't just open it like this.
It's called Staples. Go get the comb binding on
There
it.
you go. But when they're really tiny, it's like
I do. Every one of
Yeah.
mine.
Okay. All right. Anyway, this is a really nice one. This is their last logo iteration with the colors. They've changed the colors a lot. Well, sort of.
That's the legacy color.
The legacy colors. So we've got this awesome notebook and this eBay Open water bottle, eBay Open 2018. These are really nice bottles. I don't even know what's the brand of these. Ariel, is that the brand? Vacuum insulated.
It keeps your shit cold.
Potty mouth.
Language.
Oh my goodness.
We
What's
have
the
not
swear jar?
one, but 2 Mormons in the room, and you are offending them. They are offended.
I am pretty sure if I was going to offend Theresa, it would have been done a long time ago.
Our studio audience of 1 that doesn't want to hear your shite. Well, actually, she probably does. Anyway, those are the 2 prizes that we have, so we'll be giving those out shortly. We'll have to come up with some
Thank
questions.
God Theresa does not judge me for my potty mouth.
Cory 111815, my favorite Cory, said that Vicky is feisty tonight.
She is.
That's true.
I am
It's true.
feisty tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, you should laugh. We actually had our meetup the other night, and we have another friend named Cory, spelled differently.
Spelled differently.
Corie, and she's a woman. And she spoke up and put her name tag on. She goes, not your favorite Cory, but I'm the other Cory. It was very funny. She had to
pretty
be
funny.
there, but the whole room kind of laughed.
So Alice just said Grizz is a Mormon. So somebody asked for Theresa, if you don't thrift, where do you source?
So the reason I don't thrift, and I don't know, I feel like I explained this.
Cory's here. She's in the
Cory's
chat.
It's the other Cory. It's our second favorite Cory. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
different
kidding.
spelling. Cory 111815 is a very specific.
She's our
Cory.
favorite female Cory, and he's our favorite male Cory.
I didn't say that.
Just don't
Okay.
have favorites.
Quit trying to jump into my Cory world. Okay. Okay.
So I don't thrift because I sold a big house that I had 2 years ago, and I'm in the middle of selling off all the stuff that was in that. Number one, but I do a lot of retail arbitrage.
But do you like thrifting anyway?
Oh, I mean, I'll have fun tomorrow with you guys.
Well, because you'll be with us.
us.
Yeah, because you'll be going around with the camera, Vicky, 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 Vicky.
Flippin' Blonde says that the seven sabers are way far apart. I'm gonna drive like crazy. We have all day. We have all day until we're doing sort of an unofficial conference.
Yeah, she's meeting us.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Right. So we're gonna make it happen. So I'm letting everybody else know. She's not the only one. There are a lot of people. There are 150 people watching right now.
Are there really?
Yes.
You people need some
Thumbs up.
lives. It's a Friday night. What do you
See, Debbie Downer. Debbie Downer.
Debbie Downer.
Always down in the Debbie here. Come on. So tomorrow we are going to be meeting up at 7 o'clock, right?
Oh, 7 p.m. Yes.
7
At-
p.m.
What's it called? Holly?
Phoenix time.
The something bar and grill.
Holly, you had one job.
Holly had one job to figure out and remember where we're going tomorrow.
We didn't tell you about the job, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be getting together at 7 o'clock. And so if you are in the boss group or you are in the Evie's group,
What is it?
Copper Still Moonshine Grill.
Copper Still Moonshine Grill. That's
On
in Gilbert.
Gilbert. Yeah, on Gilbert, in Gilbert.
On Gilbert, in Gilbert. What's the name of it again?
Copper Still Moonshine Grill.
Copper Still Moonshine Grill.
We can't give this one
On
away.
Gilbert.
I like
And we're
this.
not giving that away. On Gilbert, in Gilbert, 7 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, in Phoenix. So if you are in the area or close enough to drive in, we're just going to be hanging out there. You know, just come and hang out with us.
Mhm.
So
Talking shop.
Amanda asked, do we worry about or take precautions to prevent catching bed bugs when you thrift clothing, or is that your neurotic self? I'm not going to say you're neurotic. It's definitely a legitimate concern, but I'm going to say that in my 15 years of selling on eBay, I've never brought a bug into my house. And I also do not wash the clothing before I list it. So there are plenty of people that are going to wash every single thing. There are plenty of people that are going to throw stuff, in boiling water before they bring it into their house, or they keep everything out and put it in a freezer before they bring it in their house. I think that's a little neurotic. I guess it depends on where you're thrifting. First of all, stores like Savers and Goodwill and things like that, they spray all of their items before that whole thrift store smell. It's because they're spraying everything with disinfectant so that doesn't happen. Because if they had an infestation, there'd be a big problem.
yeah.
So the stores that's not where you're going to get it. If you're going to get something like that, it's going to be probably from an article of furniture or somebody's garage sale before you're going to get it from a big thrift store.
Gene Jasso, you better catch an Uber. Come on. You've been hanging out in our chat forever. Come hang out with us. Come on.
When are they ever
I'm
gonna
sure they
be
have something
this
vegan
close?
there for you. Maybe they have some vegan beer or something.
And then you have to tell us what your real name is.
Yeah.
Because some of you people that are coming to this, you need to let us know what your YouTube name is versus your real name, because that's when it starts to get confusing. Because I'm like, listen, I don't know.
I don't know, but all I do know is that Red Neckerson's resales just did a $1.27 super chat, and you know what that means. Yeah!
Oh my. So Holly's popping in the chat over there. She's giggling in the background. She is
That's
our
our-
studio audience of one.
Studio audience of one, shy studio audience of one. That was her shoes sticking out. So,
So somebody wanted to know what items I thrift at Walmart. Basically anything. So when everyone's hungover from on Christmas Day, on January 1st, I get up. I literally leave my house at 5 or 5:30 in the morning, and I just go around to all the Walmarts. Everything's 75% off. I buy lip balm. I buy Christmas ornaments. I buy, if it's got glitter on it, I hate glitter. Glitter should be banned, but I buy it because it sells.
what do they say? It's the herpes of the craft world.
You can never get rid of it. You've never heard that?
No. Christmas
Always
stockings. Any of the. I love the
Tree skirts. Tree skirts are good.
The gift packs. That they. Like they'll do a SpongeBob thing, or they'll do a Paw Patrol with the soap and the whatever for the kids.
Mhm.
They sell Walmart usually sells them for $19.99. You buy them for 75% off of that, which is what, $5, and I'll sell them for $25 or $30 or whatever.
So
We
Armando,
do have name tags at our meetups. We
They're
will
regular
probably
meetups.
not have any tomorrow night.
So Armando Cortez has asked this question a couple times, I think. Do you offer a slower, cheaper option for shipping on heavy items? I offer parcel select ground and was wondering if it's a good idea. Well, I know for me, because of what I sell, I do free shipping on everything, so it really doesn't matter as far as cost. But I do free shipping. I do first class on everything under £1. Everything else I do priority. But I don't ship anything super heavy. Like the heaviest stuff I shipped are shoes. So I don't really have to worry about it. I do offer that people can pay to get expedited shipping, like especially my first class stuff. But why don't you answer that question?
I do also do free shipping. So I just factor it into my price. And because I do sales and best offer, if somebody, we live in Nevada, so if somebody offers me a certain price that lives in Arizona or California, and it's a heavy item and I know I'm going to save a bunch on shipping because it's right next door, then I'm more willing to accept a lower price. So I will weigh that when I accept prices. I don't offer a slower type of shipping because as far as I'm concerned, FedEx ground or FedEx home delivery is better than anything that you can sell as far as parcel post. And I'm all the way on one coast. I will tell you that FedEx home delivery is always cheaper than parcel post.
Mm-hmm.
I've never found parcel post to be a competitive price ever.
Well, Tina Hustler just gave $1.99 silent super chat and said, "You are welcome, Vicky."
Thank you.
Super chat, super chat, super chatty.
Make it stop, God, make it stop.
You're welcome.
That's what you get. That's what you get. All right. So do we have any questions?
Yeah, so Philly may have a problem with bed bugs. That might be the case. I've honestly never had a problem. I didn't thrift clothing before I moved to Nevada. When I lived in Rhode Island, I didn't thrift clothing. I didn't thrift at all. I did a lot of estate sales, garage sales, and auctions, and mostly auctions. And I would get a lot of antiques. The worst thing that I would come home with is like mouse turds in a box of hard goods that I'd buy at an auction. That stuff I always unpacked everything in my garage and made sure everything was clean before it came into my house. But
yeah.
So Jackie asked something about Power Road, and Jackie, I think we definitely will hit the savers on Power and Baseline because there's a Goodwill next door as well.
And Goodwill is 50% off tomorrow, as I've seen in the chat a few times.
Okay, we don't have to go into that store because
no, we'll go in there.
All about Katie.
We'll go in there. I'm just gonna be a big baby about it. I'm just like, I don't like being jostled. Okay, I don't like jostling.
Jocelyn is my niece.
How do I list? Pirate Ship is just a service. It's not a shipping method. So the question is, how do we use Pirate Ship for overseas shipping, but how do you list it in eBay under shipping? What method you use? There are only two ways that you can ship anything out of this country, and it's either going to be first class international or priority international. You don't have any other options. Under 4 pounds is first class international. Over 4 pounds is priority international. They go at the same rate of speed. So priority is really something that you're only going to want to use when it's over 4 pounds. You can insure both. So the only time you're going to want to use priority is maybe the customer will upgrade or if it's over 4 pounds. Both of those things I'll generally ship either through, if it's priority, I usually use eBay because there's no savings on Pirate Ship. And if it's first class international, which is what it usually is, I will use Pirate Ship to get the better pricing, but it's still first class international. Pirate Ship is just the third-party software that is used to print the postage.
So the Buffalo Exchange outlet, Gene, is like 2.5 hours south of here. So even I don't think I can whine enough to get her to take
What's
me
in
on
2.5 hours? Oh, the Buffalo.
The Buffalo Exchange
Yeah.
outlet store. It's like 2.5 hours south of here.
In where?
I can't remember the name of the town.
Tucson?
No, it's like down, really. It's like way down.
Yuma?
I don't remember what the name of the town is, but
I don't even know if that
We
is.
looked, but it's far. It's far. It's a whole. We're only here for a weekend.
Cheryl, it's called turning the volume down. Do you not have volume control?
She does speak. She figured out what
Yeah, but now she's talking about it again.
Teresa's ready to nap.
All right,
I'm
so
Do I look tired? Did I yawn?
No.
I have no idea.
I'm cold.
So she's cold apparently. So she's using her windbreaker to warm her legs.
I really need to put it on.
Grizz is like napping it up back here. So we need a couple of questions for giving away our prizes. So again, we have this awesome eBay Open 2018 water bottle. It's like a really awesome insulated water bottle. And then we have,
Sorry.
excuse you.
First of all, wait, let me just tell you that I've seen the pile of stuff that they're not giving away, and I think I'm going to have to like okay and approve those because
Whatever.
I donated this box for your YouTube.
No, we're taking all the best stuff. Anyway, and then this awesome eBay notebook, which is super cool. I love it. I love it. Is this an eBay pen on here? Or is this just
Just a red one.
It's a biodegradable pen, guys. So
It
you
doesn't matter. It's
so you
red.
can actually eat that and you won't die, right?
It's red. It doesn't have to have eBay on it.
Anyway, do we have a question? Do you have a question to ask?
Holly,
Are you over here like answering comments?
Yeah, I'm not answering a question.
We're in
Yes.
the middle of a live show. The comments can wait. It's not even in the live chat, you guys. She's cheating on us. She's cheating on us
That is like cheating on
with the
us.
people who don't even bother to join us live, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to watch it days later, and now I want your attention in the middle of your live show." It's like, come on, are you kidding me?
I was multitasking.
No, that's not multitasking when I'm talking to you and you're not even listening or responding. That is not multitasking.
Do
That's
I realize
that's
You're
one
blowing out Cheryl's ears.
that's
right
one
now.
that's one tasking. Okay.
This house echoes.
Seriously.
It does. I need to put stuff on the walls.
All right, we need a question so we can give away some cool prizes, guys. What we got? What we got?
I always
Wait.
do numbers, so she can pick the questions.
Are you
Not
gonna?
a question? Like, this ain't my show. Don't come out, put me on as a guest and expect me to
Okay.
do your job.
Whoever can answer this question first. This is our first.
Okay, I'm ready.
Whoever can answer. Stop it.
I want my crap
Whoever
back.
answers this question first, it comes up in our feed first. What is the first name of our live studio audience of one? Go now. Go now. And now you can't answer it. You can't answer it. Well, let's see. Did you say Joan? Rednecks and Resale said 7. Teresa says Karen. Clark West
And-
Trading is the winner.
Clark West Trading.
Somebody
got
said
it.
Molly,
Are
but
you
no,
sure?
it's Holly. Clark West Trading says Holly.
Are you
I
writing
thought
this
it was
down?
Cheryl.
No, where did Cheryl say it?
Cheryl said it.
She said yes, truth.
No, Cheryl said it.
It's in our feed. Whatever you're looking at is wrong. I said in our feed. If you want to send something to Cheryl too, you can. It's up to you.
I want to send that thing that you took out of there to Cheryl.
Anyway, it goes to Clark West Trading, so you need to send
It's
me.
your show. You make the rules.
Well, because here's the thing, you guys.
I understand.
Everybody's comments come up in different orders, and that's why almost anytime we do any kind of giveaway,
Oh, I
we will say, we'll say who the winner is, and then somebody's like, "But I said it first," and it's like,
oh, I didn't realize that.
yeah. So way to like blow everything. Now Cheryl's gonna be crying at home with her broken eardrums.
Cheryl's crying because
Clark West Trading, can you send Katie or I a message with your address and everything, and we'll get it out to you?
Pretty much.
Holly said she wanted to try and win.
What the heck?
You should have been the first person to answer. That would have been pretty funny.
Holly's like, that's not a fair question. How am I supposed to win?
All right. Okay, so
You should put your middle name.
so how about this? Which one do you want? You pick. Clark West Trading.
Oh, your choice.
Clark West Trading, you pick. Which one do you want? Say it down, and then we can tell people what the other one's going to be. All right, so somebody pay attention to that and we'll know. So Robin wants to know, do you do free returns? Is it worth it? I will answer first. Yes, I do free returns. Yes, it's totally worth it for me, for what I sell. I sell all men's clothing. The reality is the category I sell in, men don't return things as much. That's just the way it is. So with men's clothing, it's better. Also, I sell a lot of more unique items, a lot of vintage streetwear type of stuff. And it's just not something that like dudes are going to return. It's like if they get this Tommy Hilfiger 90s jacket, it's very noisy. If some guy has been looking for a particular jacket from the 90s that I have for sale and they buy it from me, they're not going to turn around and return it most likely. So for me, it hasn't affected my return levels at all. It's been fine. I like it because it bumps me up in the search. It also gives me my 10% final value fee discount. But that's because of what I sell. Vicky has had a very different experience.
Yeah, so I jumped onto the free returns bandwagon back in April, and I did 100% free returns on everything in my store except for anything that was like 10 pounds and over or whatever. It was really heavy. I will say that I stopped doing free returns as of this week. I wasn't going to change it until January, but I felt like I had to. For me, it has not been worth it. I saw my returns more than quintuple. So for me, it was not worth it. That 10% final value fee did not come close to outweighing my my return shipping charges, and I saw no difference in my sales. So we'll see. I may go back at some point. I may not. If my sales tank, I'll know that might have something to do with it. But as far as I'm concerned, I saw a definite abuse of the return system. At least 50% of my buyers were choosing item not as described, even when it was, even when there's free returns. So it is not worth it to me to be penalized. So now they'll have to pay to return. So
yeah. So I don't know.
We'll see how it goes.
Do free returns?
I do free returns. I was just giving Vicky the hard time, giving her the little violin playing. But you know what? That said, she tried it out. She didn't try it out for 2 weeks. She tried it out for
8 months.
8 months,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't work for her. I have 30-day free returns on all my items. I think there's been a slight uptick. I don't really notice it. I did get a women's jacket back last week, and but you know, I get a lot more Amazon returns, so my eBay returns are nothing compared to Amazon. So you don't have a choice on Amazon; you just take it, whether you like it or not. So I'm happy with it. I don't have a problem with it.
Enrique wants to know, how do you deal with international returns when it comes to shipping? Do you pay the return shipping? No. Policies for international is very different. Like, I do free shipping domestically, but international buyers expect that they're going to pay for shipping. And as far as return, I do buyer paid returns.
They pay for shipping and they pay for return shipping. And I will say that in my almost 15 years of selling on eBay, and I've been doing international from day one, I think I can count maybe 1 or 2 international returns. They don't return.
They don't return.
Yeah. Gretchen has a good question. Just curious, what do you, Vicky and Katie, disagree about when it comes to eBay? It sounds like you agree on almost everything as far as policies go, except that free return one. As far as policies go, yeah, that's pretty accurate. I will say where we're different is usually when changes come around. We talked about this before. I am usually like immediately ready to jump on board, and I see like the positive of everything, and I'm ready to go. Whereas Vicky definitely tends to be resistant at first, but she usually pretty quickly. She just takes
a few minutes to bitch and moan.
Yeah.
And then I make the changes I need to make for my business, which is what I did with the free returns.
But that's a personality.
And I'm still not complaining. Yeah. That's a personality thing.
That's a personality thing where her immediate reaction to anything is she has her immediate emotional reaction, and then she has to think about it, and then she comes to whatever her.
And Jameson's Closet, if the international buyer says item not as described, they still pay shipping back. No, they wouldn't. You would pay return shipping in that case, but I've actually never had an item not as described international. Yeah. Never.
Other things we do differently. We have differences in opinions about how titles should be written. Not huge, just very.
No, you're just very specific.
I'm very specific, and she has some ideas of the way she thinks it should be that I don't agree with just because of it's just an opinion. It's not because I know anything better. And then the other thing I would say is when it comes to dealing with customers, she is more likely to write a message to somebody explaining them why she's pricing something a certain way or why the shipping is a certain amount. Whereas I'm basically like, I'll respond to.
When I counter offer, sometimes I will do that. I'll put a little blurb into, I'm not going to use word for word, but sometimes people don't understand that there is no such thing as free shipping. And they genuinely think that there's some magic fairy that pays for shipping when it says free shipping. And I generally see that on lower feedback people. And I just don't think they understand how the world works or how e-commerce works. And not to say that everybody feels that way, but sometimes you'll have somebody offer you $10 on an item that weighs 3 pounds with free shipping. And sometimes I'll just reply back and I'll say, I can do a little bit better than my sales price, but this item actually is going to cost me X number of dollars to ship to you. So I can't possibly do that.
Yeah.
And I've had more often than not, people will turn around and accept that price. And I think that
And it's not a matter of me thinking there's anything wrong with that. It's more a matter of, for
you
me,
don't bother to take the time.
for me, I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm just like, I just don't respond. I don't. Now, if somebody asks me a specific question, like I had a guy yesterday asking me about a pair of shoes and asking how I could do a better price, and he was asking about the shipping, even though it was free. And so then I did explain to him like how much it was going to cost me. I'm like, listen, it's going to cost me about, because of the size of the shoes that came in the box, I think I was like, it is going to cost me about $14 to ship them where you are located. And so this is the price I could do. But that was because we were having a conversation. Otherwise,
I also think that unless people ship things on the regular, they really have no idea what shipping charges are. Because shipping charges have, I don't even know, increased 100% in the last 5 years.
$6 is like if you had to go to retail, going to the post office to retail it, $6. You can't hardly ship anything for under $6.
So I don't think people really understand what it costs. And most people don't do anything except put a stamp on something at this. You know what I mean? They don't ship very often.
Yeah.
So,
so Mary has a question for me. On those flip flops you got last summer, how was the returns on those? I think you're talking about the Adidas slides and zero. If you buy Adidas slides, nobody's returning them because they're a hot item. They sell really fast. I buy them in all sizes, men's, children's, youth, whatever. I buy it. Black ones sell really, really well. Blue ones sell next. And then there's some bright pink ones. Like I just buy them all. They sell.
There was a question back there asked, how do you know what countries have restrictions on your items? I don't limit that way. It's actually more on the buyer than it is on the seller as far as restrictions. I don't limit anything to any country. And if for some reason it pops up when I'm trying to ship something that I'm not supposed to ship to that specific country, whatever it is that I'm selling, then you can always cancel the sale and put problem with the buyer's address, and you're not given a defect through eBay for that, because it's up to the buyer to know that. You can't possibly know every single restriction for every single country based on every single item that you list. It's not possible.
Yep. Lily Fame wants me to bottle my energy and sell it to her. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a bottle and I'm going to go and then put the top on and send that.
Free shipping, of course.
Free shipping, of course. Okay, so here's the next question. Now, Clark West Traders wanted the notebook, so we are giving out the water bottle now.
Okay.
So whoever, now you keep your mouth shut because it's whoever answers first on our screen.
I get that now.
Don't announce a winner.
I didn't know that the screen different.
Teresa has been chastised.
So whoever can answer this question first gets the water bottle as a prize. Here's the question. What is the first name of this dog right here? Bonus points if you get her full first name as opposed to the shortened version that we call her.
And Lorna,
what is her name? What is her name?
Lorna and Dana cannot apply.
Come on. Let's go.
Oh, that's the other one, Clark.
Chewy.
Brenda got it.
Yeah, Brenda got it. It is Grizz.
You spelled it wrong, but Brenda got
That's okay. It is Grizz. Dana does have the name. Her name is Griselda Brown. But yes, we call her Grizz. Her name is Griselda Brown. She's named after a John Waters character in the movie Desperate Living. So there you go. So that is going out to.
But the other dog is Luna.
Yeah. So Brenda, please send me your contact info, your mailing address, because Grizz chooses you as the winner. Isn't she cute? Look how cute she is. She is so cute.
She's like, I'm so bored with this.
I know. Katie had one drink tonight. Honestly, I wish that I could blame this on the alcohol. But
am always like this when we do our shows. So come on.
She really is. And we've been up since like 6:30 this morning and went to bed about 1. So we're a little punchy at this point and drove all day.
Very true. All right. Any other questions, guys? We're gonna shut this down.
What kind of dog is Grizz?
Grizz is a terrier mutt. She recently, well, it's been like over a month now that she got shaved, but when her hair is in its full glory, she's like all scraggly and scruffy. And she has crazy little, like almost like Dr. Seuss paws, because they get all like Grinch paws. But yeah, she's a real cute.
And Luna is a fat chihuahua. She's a fat chihuahua.
Yeah, fat nervous chihuahua. All right.
Oh, Armando had a quick question. Does eBay ding you for changing the service you have on the listing? For example, I have free priority and then change it to FedEx home delivery after the customer has purchased the item. I do it all the time. Here's the thing. Priority is 2 to 4 day delivery, depending on where it's going in the country. And FedEx home delivery is a maximum of 4 days. So they're real close. It's going to be basically a difference of a day. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't do it. I'm just saying I do it all the time and I've never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
technically eBay
it's not a downgrade.
Technically, okay, but technically eBay does not, but is it considered expedited?
I don't know.
Yeah, all I'm saying is technically that is downgrading the service, but if you're doing it within the window, I mean, it's the whole thing about priority is that when they are like loading trucks and loading all the stuff, the priority stuff gets prioritized. That's what it is. It all goes out of the same trucks, but it does get prioritized. It does go faster. So is it more likely to potentially fall outside of that window when there's like super heavy mail volume, like during the holiday season? Yeah, but there's no defects around it. Yeah. I don't know. So it's,
first class international, what packaging can be used? Any type of packaging. It just can't say priority on it. So use your own packaging. Doesn't matter.
Use your own.
Did the dogs like the car ride? Grizz doesn't love it, but we lightly sedated them.
Grizz loves car rides. She did not like it because we had her inside a crate with Luna. If she could sit on our laps while we drive, she loves going in the car.
Yes, but that's not safe.
Yeah, so they were fine. But they were totally fine. They just like curled up with each other.
There's a question. How are the post offices in Nevada? Do they work with you? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I actually rarely go into the post office.
So as far as like our mail lady who picks up our mail, she's awesome. She every day that she works, the only time we ever have problems is when she has a day off. She is super awesome. She scans every single item. She won't even use a scan sheet. She's great. She's super reliable. I don't know about working with the post offices necessarily, but I will say that we have one post office that is open until 9. And so that's awesome. So anytime we've ever had an issue where we couldn't, they pick up our mail around 2 o'clock. And if we maybe like on Monday when we go home, we're not going to have our stuff ready by 2 o'clock. So we're going to have to go drop it off. They have a bulk drop off that we can do until 9 o'clock. If we want to go inside, even if there's a really long line, if we have prepaid postage, we don't have to wait in line. We get to go over into a separate side, and they always have at least one person, sometimes 2 people right there, and they will scan everything. And if you want, they'll give you a receipt, and you don't have to stand in the regular line. So I would say my experience, at least with that post office, is pretty awesome.
International priority, you cannot use our priority boxes. No, that's incorrect. You can use any type of priority packaging for international priority.
Yeah, for international priority, you can use regular
international priority is, it doesn't matter whether it's domestic or international. USPS priority is USPS priority.
Yeah.
And then there's only...
Gretchen wants to know, are we responsible for shipping delays due to the holiday mail slowdown? No, we're not responsible for them.
eBay,
now, you might have unhappy buyers, but eBay, as far as like guaranteed delivery and stuff like that, as long as we have it out, if you have 1 day handling and you ship it within that 1 day and it gets scanned, you're fine. You're fine as far as eBay is concerned.
And here's the thing. eBay has already taken into account the longer travel and delivery times for delivery as far as its guaranteed delivery. Guaranteed delivery, they're making sure that it says whatever 4 or 5 days for priority at this point. And that's USPS slows down this time of the year every year. Customers are used to that, or they should be used to that. And if they have any questions or concerns, you can tell them to take a look at the post office website. Tell them to look at USPS right there. It'll give them the chart as far as delivery timeframes this time of the year. It's pretty normal.
Cory just busted out a $9.99 super chat. Cory 111815. My favorite Cory is 111815. Thank you for the super chat, and thanks for being a dude and a young dude, because we have a lot of ladies that are a little older like us, and you're bringing our demographic down. We really appreciate it. Woo, woo, keeping us hip. Woo, woo, woo. Love you, Cory.
I don't think I can top that. My favorite food doesn't even matter. It's not tacos, but it's
I like tacos.
Probably sushi.
I like tacos. The real Stitch Frenchie. Frenchie, I have to tell you.
Self-destruct. We've got another youngin right there. 27. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Bringing down the demographic.
Listen, we love all you. We love all you ladies who are old like us. But you know what? Sometimes we just need some outliers. You know, we need some outliers to bring those numbers down.
We've got some older people. We've got some younger people, but the majority are like, our demographic seems to be 40 to 55.
That's pretty typical overall of the community.
Yes, we're old. Look, we got
look at all these youngins.
26.
Look at that. Oh, Armando. We have another 28-year-old. Okay, yeah. We love all of you guys.
Allison, you're 29 plus 30.
She's not 60 years old.
She's 29.
You just told her she's 60 years old.
I'm kidding.
Rude. Rude. Self-destruct. I am. Yes, I'm childish, aka youthful at heart. Okay. Oh, I was saying to Frenchie, this is probably gonna make you a little sad because I almost decided to grab your headshot to bring it with us because I was gonna be sad that we didn't have her on the show. But then I just decided because we're gonna have so much stuff that we're traveling with, I didn't want to like end up breaking it or anything like that. But you almost made it to Arizona with us, Frenchie. You almost did.
Flat Frenchie.
Almost.
Like Flat Stanley, Flat Frenchie. Take her on road trips with us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God.
All right, guys. See, look, we have all kinds of 20-somethings in here. You guys,
that.
I'm only going to be a 30-something for another, 5 months?
Mm-hmm.
Another 5 months, guys. I turned 40 in 2019. So, yep.
Thumbs up, people.
Yes, I'm the last day of Aries. Thumbs up, everybody. I am the last day of Aries.
She is way more Taurus than Aries. I don't care what anybody says. She's a cusper.
I am a cusper.
She is way more Taurus.
As far as the thumbs down goes, Cheryl, I'm sorry I hurt your ears. You didn't have to give us a thumbs down over it, okay? I apologize. What more do you want from me? Jeez. Now it's like I'm stuck with that thumbs down forever now. So rude. Anyway, so we're going to sign off now, but thank you for coming to the show. We love you guys, young and old, all of you guys. We are going to have our Sunday live haul at our regular time. So it's going to be 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which will actually be 3 o'clock here. But we will be doing our show because we are going to be thrifting all day long tomorrow. We're going to have all kinds of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Love you guys. And anybody else have anything to say? Holly, why don't you kick your foot? Let people know you're here. Kick your foot. Kick your foot. Get it out there. Get it out there. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.